Saturday, I had the great intentions. I was going to produce a fantastic how-to video on how to replace the axle shafts on a 2005 Honda Odyssey minivan. Instead, what happened is I got some fantastic time-lapse footage of my son-in-law jacking up said van and taking the right front wheel off. I repositioned the camera to the left side in order to get some footage of removing the driver's side half shaft. Instead, what happened was there's a little bit of a miscommunication between myself and the son-in-law, and he backed into the stool in which I had the iPad propped up on, and the iPad fell on its face right on the concrete floor. It didn't do any damage to the iPad, but it did preclude me from recording any further footage. So pretty much all I've got of that fantastic job that we did is jacking the van up and taking the wheel off. It was a project that I figured would probably take us 3, maybe 4 hours. And we managed to get both of the half shafts replaced and change the oil in less than 2 hours. We put front brakes on it, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I sort of took control of that job, which I probably should have stood back and let my son-in-law do that and just kind of guide him along the way. But in this scenario, I pretty much did stand back and let him do most of the heavy lifting. Since I'm getting old and joints aren't nearly as malleable as they once were, he did most of the heavy lifting and most of the work, and did a fine job too. Yes, an adult beverage. Moving on, I make myself busy watching TV and surfing the internet and doing important stuff. It was brought to my attention today by somebody who watches these videos that I should create a set. And probably for these types of sit downs and chatter, that's probably a good idea. Create kind of an atmosphere that reflects all that is the Curmudgeon Chronicles, which could run the gamut. Since that was a suggestion by a viewer, I will make an attempt to maybe create a little corner here in the garage where we can sit down and have these conversations, and it be properly lit, pretty decent sound, and there's smoke wafting across the screen, which is annoying to me and as well as I'm sure it is to you. Getting down to the end of it. I just wanted to touch base and talk about an attempt was made to create a how-to video on replacing the half shafts in a 2005 Honda Odyssey. However, that attempt miserably failed. And hopefully in the future, if we do other projects of that ilk, we will set the cameras up a little bit better so they won't get knocked over by accidentally bumping into them. I think I've wasted enough time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs up. We thank you for watching. Please tune in again. That was just awful. It was terrible. It was worse than awful. It was worse than terrible. It was awful.